So I saw this TikTok, and I can't find it now to stitch it, but it was basically like, what was your childhood Roman Empire? And mine was an interaction that I had with one of my high school bullies 15 years after the fact. So I was horribly, horribly bullied in high school. I had one friend, and when I say horribly bullied, I mean like I was in physical fights. Like I was suspended for physical fights with girls that would bully me. It was absolutely terrible. I ended up going on independent study my last year of high school because of how horribly I was bullied in high school. There was this one just really mean group of girls, and one of the mean girls, it was sort of like the leader of the mean girls. Perfect hair, perfect clothes, just terrible to me, absolutely terrible to me. So forward to 15 years later, now I own a bakery. If you guys don't know, I own a bakery called Nadia Cakes. I have 3 locations, and I'm a Cupcake Wars winner. And I have a bakery that she came into because her sister was getting married, and this girl was going to be her sister's maid of honor. And I knew she was coming in. I actually dreaded her coming in. But the first thing that she said to me, like the moment that she got me alone, was like, hey, I just want to apologize for the way that I treated you in high school. My parents are drug addicts all through high school. I had a really, really hard time. And it was like this switch flipped in my head, because I think that we like to believe that people are just evil and they're just terrible and that's it and that's the end of their story. And this was a moment where I actually got to understand that she didn't want to be the villain in my life, that being the villain in my early life was actually a burden that she carried, and that hurt people hurt people. And while it didn't change what happened to me, it changed the way I felt about what happened to me. And that's what empathy does. There's a line in my book just for the summer, and it's one of the most highlighted lines in the book. And it says, in a world where we can choose anger or empathy, always choose empathy. I know we don't always get the chance to know why people behave the way that they do. And sometimes we find out the reasons why people behave the way they did, and you don't want to forgive them, and that's totally fine and valid as well. But for me, that was such a healing moment, to understand who she was and why she was the way she was. I literally think about it like once a week. I think about it every time I sit down and I write a book. I think about it all the time. That entire interaction changed my brain chemistry, because people are never going to stop being terrible and doing terrible things. But now when I experience those things, it leads me to seek understanding and empathy instead of being angry about it. I can't change them at all, but I can change me and how I navigate the world and the way that I feel about things that happen to me. And I just think about that all the time.